Have you ever wanted to speak Mandarin, but maybe felt a little intimidated by, all the characters and the new sounds? Well, in the next few minutes, we're going to unlock the secrets to having your very first conversation. And I promise you, it's a whole lot easier than you think. So let's be honest, for many people, the answer to this is a big yes. The writing can look like a beautiful piece of art, and the sounds might feel totally new. It definitely has a reputation for being a tough language to crack. But what if I told you there's a key insight, a kind of secret that makes it so much simpler?
Well, here it is. The secret is the grammar. It's surprisingly logical and really, really straightforward. Get this. There are no verb conjugations, no complicated tenses, no gendered nouns. This means that once you learn a word, you can use it right away without having to change it at all. That is a huge advantage right from the start. To get you speaking today, we're going to follow this simple little roadmap. First, we'll get into the music of Mandarin, the tones. Then, we'll build your very first sentences, learn how to ask and answer some basic questions, put it all together in a real dialogue, and finally, we'll uncover the amazing stories hidden inside the words themselves. Okay, let's begin with the absolute foundation of the language. In Mandarin, the tone, which is just the pitch of your voice, is everything. If you change the tone, you completely change the meaning of a word. But don't you worry, there are really just 4 main tones plus a neutral one, and I'm going to walk you through each one nice and slow. Let's try them together. I'll say each one slowly, and you can just repeat after me, okay? The first tone is high and flat. Your voice just stays level way up high. Listen. Ma. Good. The second tone rises, almost like you're asking a question. Listen. Ma. The third tone dips down and then comes right back up. Think of it like a little scoop. Listen. Ma. The fourth tone is a sharp, quick drop, like you're giving a command. Listen. Ma. And finally, we have the neutral tone. It's just short and light, no stress at all. Listen. Ma. And here's a table that gives you a really clear overview of all 5 tones. You'll notice how the little mark above the letter actually looks like the sound it makes. You've got the flat line in cafe, the rising line in 同学, that little checkmark dip in 你好, the fall in 再见, and then, of course, no mark at all for that light, unstressed ma. Think of this as your personal cheat sheet. Excellent work. Now that we have a feel for the sounds, let's start building some actual sentences. We're going to use a really simple but powerful formula to get you speaking right away. Let's start with probably the most famous phrase in Mandarin. 你好. Ni means you, and hao means good. So when you say it, you're literally just saying, you good. Now, a quick little cultural tip. While this is the standard greeting you always learn first, super casual friends might use other greetings. But for now, ni hao is your perfect, polite way to start any conversation. Okay, this formula right here is your key to making all sorts of sentences. The structure is subject, verb, object, just like it is in English. 我 means I. 是 is the verb to be, like am, is, or are. Then you just add a noun at the end. See? It's that simple. Using our new formula, you can introduce yourself right now. For a teacher, you would say 我是老师. For a student, it's 我是学生. And to give your own name, you just say 我是 da 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 followed by your name. So it's your turn. Go ahead and say 我是 followed by your name. I'll give you a second. Perfect. You just introduced yourself in Mandarin. So what if you want to say what you are not? Well, it is incredibly easy. All you do is add the word 不, which means not, right before the verb 是, which means am. So I am not a teacher becomes 我不是老师, or if you're not a student, you'd say 我不是学生. The sentence structure stays exactly the same. All right, you've totally mastered making statements. Now, let's take your conversation skills to the next level by learning how to ask questions. I mean, a conversation is a two-way street, right? To ask for someone's name, the phrase you need is 你叫什么面子?你叫什么面子? Let's just break that down really quick. 你 is you. 叫 means to be called. 什么 is what. And 面子 is name. So you're literally asking, you called what name? It's super logical, right? And the answer is just as logical. You just swap out you for I. So it becomes 我叫 followed by your name. Okay, so imagine someone walks up and asks you, 你叫什么名字? How would you reply? You'd say, 我叫, and then your name. Fantastic. Hey, remember ni hao, meaning you good? Well, to turn this from a statement into a question, all you have to do is add one tiny, unstressed particle at the very end, ma. That one little neutral tone, ma. It magically transforms you are good into the question, are you good? This is just a brilliant example of how beautifully simple Chinese grammar can be. The standard classic reply is 我很好. Now, we already know 我 is I, and 好 is good. That word in the middle, 很, technically means very. But here's a little secret. In this case, it just acts as a connector. It makes the sentence flow better and sound more natural. A simple 我好 would sound a little bit blunt. So adding 很 is just the common, polite way to say, I'm good. Now, here's a fantastic conversational shortcut. After you answer a question, instead of repeating the whole question back, you can just say, 你呢? That one little particle, 呢, basically means, and what about you? It's super efficient, sounds really natural, and you can even use it for other things, like pointing at something and asking, 这个呢? Which means, what about this one? Okay, you have learned all the essential building blocks, greetings, statements, questions, and answers. Now, let's see how they all click together in a real, flowing conversation.
Let's listen to this little exchange. I'll read both parts. Person A starts off, 你好吗? Person B replies warmly, 我很好,谢谢. 你呢? You'll notice we added 谢谢, which means thank you. Then person A responds, 我也很好. That word 也 means also. And just like that, you have a complete, natural, polite conversation.
And to end a conversation, we say 再见, 再见. I absolutely love this word because it isn't really a final goodbye. 再 means again, and 见 means to see. So it has this beautiful, optimistic meaning built right in. See you again. But before we finish up, I really want to share one of my favorite things about Mandarin, the amazing stories that are hidden within the characters themselves. This is where the language truly comes to life. You see, a lot of characters are like little pictures. Take a look at the word for good, 好. It's a combination of the character for woman, nu, and the character for child, zi. So you have a mother holding her child, that's the ancient image for goodness. Or how about teacher, 老师? It combines 老, meaning old or wise, with 师, meaning leader. So a teacher is a wise leader. They aren't just random strokes on a page, they're poetry. So here's the big takeaway. Learning Mandarin isn't just about memorizing sounds and words. It's about discovering this incredible system of logic, of music, and of stories that are thousands of years old. You've already taken your very first step today. So go out there and start your own Mandarin journey. What story will you discover next?